song. A song had defined the direction and the message of this speech. A song I learned when I was only 5. I learned it from my grandmother. She basically was the one who raised me. I come from Colombia. You know, parents are working all the time. And she taught me the best part of the song. You know what it is? The dancing part. Baila tu cuerpo, alegría, Macarena, que tu cuerpo es a dar la alegría y cosa buena. Baila tu cuerpo, alegría, Macarena. Macarena. Exactly. Wonderful song. When I remember about my grandmother, I remember also the reason why I moved to Denmark and why I keep going. Because moving forward, sometimes it's not that easy. And then I was thinking, how can I bring something of value to these wonderful people tonight from this speech? I'm not even 30. I was about to say I'm 30, but I'm not even 30. I just started my career. I don't think I'm an expert about, anything. Not yet, at least. What could I teach? What could I bring to you tonight? Then I thought about one thing. How do I keep moving forward? How do I keep moving forward when I'm so far away from home? 3 years ago, it was January. And the man standing out there, my boyfriend, and I decided we should move together. Finding a place in Copenhagen is no easy task. So we found a very expensive apartment. Well, we thought, this would be home. Let's get started, we'll see what the future will hold for us. He was jobless. He just moved from Germany, just for me. And I just started a job. It's been around 4 months in the new job. July. I got let go. The startup I was working in decided that the skills that I had was no longer required in the team. Jonas was still jobless. Even though everything we had in our apartment was coming from the back door of the building, our bed was new. The plans that we had decorating our home, making it home, we just bought them. We even hung the hammock I brought from Colombia to enjoy the sun in the afternoon. All that had to go away. We needed to change into a room. We couldn't pay anything more. It was difficult, but we kept moving forward. You know how? By doing what was in our hands, by doing what we could. And what does that mean? Well, let's get back to La Macarena. How many of you know the lyrics of La Macarena? Exactly, nobody knows the lyrics. Not even Spanish speakers know the lyrics. So don't worry, guys, you're fine. La Macarena tells the story about a woman whose name is Macarena. She has a boyfriend named Victorino. And she doesn't like her life. She lives in Spain. She doesn't have that much opportunities. And she dreams about this wonderful life where she could buy all the expensive clothes, jewelry, making amazing trips around the world, getting to live in New York. How many times haven't we felt that way? When we face difficult situations, we keep imagining that ideal world. If I wasn't in this situation, I could be, sailing around the world. I could be happy. I could be just in peace. I would be able to pay the bills in my apartment. Right? The choir of La Macarena, and I even translated it, and I want to read it exactly for you so you know and remember what it means, because that's the part you dance. It says, dance your body, Macarena, that your body likes joy and the good things. Dance your body, Macarena. Macarena. Risible, right? Well, why do you think they tell Macarena to dance, to use her body? Because that's what she can do. That's actually what is in her hand, herself. And that's what Jonas and I did. That was our method. Just doing what we could, what we actually could. And that's three things. Working on your mind, working on your body, and working on the way you feel about yourself. Talking about the mind. To work on our minds, we decided to create a routine that would help our brain to feel committed to start the day. No matter the day, completely unemployed, having nothing in the agenda, we will get up at 7 in the morning. No matter what. Breakfast, 8 o'clock. And then what? Well, there are talks in the internet. There are courses for free. There are meetings, people to meet, to know, meetups to go to. Copenhagen is full of events, of activities. The internet provides with so much content and information. We work in our portfolios, in our CVs. We created even projects. We work for free for a month. Just to gather up and keep doing things. Becoming better designers. We are both designers, by the way. Trying to harness our skills. The second thing we did was, well, working on lucid dreaming, on our subconscious. Do you know what lucid dreaming is? Lucid dreaming is not any boo-hoo, magical, weird things. It's actually scientifically proved that the person that is right here, right now, listening to my words, looking at me, that person can be awake inside the dream world. Your own dream world. Imagine what you could do there. Anything is possible in your subconscious. Anything. There are no boundaries. You could fly. You could meet dead people. Cool dead people. Not so cool dead people. Up to you. You could fulfill your most wonderful fantasies, like being in the beach while being in the winter in Denmark. You could practice a speech. You could train. It's actually proven that when people train while being lucid dreaming or meditating, actually not doing anything with their physical body, with their minds, it's proven that people improve muscle capacity. There was an experiment with two different groups in which one of them both were training in the gym, lifting weights. One sample of these groups, one of the groups was asked to do lucid dreaming. Basically, waking up in their dreams, being conscious, okay, I'm dreaming, let's go training. Let's lift up a building, right? And I'm training, and I did 1 million repetitions because it's actually possible, I'm dreaming, so it's okay. 13% of their muscle capacity was the difference between the other sample. They were stronger just by activating their subconscious. What lucid dreaming requires is that every single morning you write in your journal the dream you just had. Even if it's a fade, shadow, or what it actually was, if you start connecting to what you can remember, you will remember more and more and more on time. You can learn about yourself. Things that are scary about ourselves that we don't want to look into, because why should I work on myself? Why should I take out myself from my comfort zone? Why should I explore my anxieties, my fears, my biggest desires and dreams? Why? Why not? Lucid dreaming is a door and it's for free. Isn't it great? It's for free. Our brains actually produce more than 7 dreams a night. Even with techniques of waking up in the middle of the night, you would be able to awaken into your dreams. I've been able, after a couple of years of training, I've been able to do lucid dreaming a couple of times meaning 5 times that I can count. I realized I was dreaming. There are different techniques and ways, but one way was, okay, this is odd. This reality is kind of weird. Let's make a reality check. And I will teach you how to do reality checks. So if tonight you remember, you could try it out. You will hold your nose and then you will try to breathe. You can't, right? that's the point. When you're lucid, when you're dreaming, you can. That's when you realize, oh, I am dreaming. This is wonderful. I can actually now take a decision. The first time for me, I got so excited, I'm waking up. That was our mind. The second part was our body. And I'm pointing out to my tummy because who doesn't want to feel strong? We all want to feel strong, right? Who doesn't like to have a six-pack like Mass? I want a six-pack like Mass. I want it so badly. How did you get stronger? Well, by training, right? Jonas and I didn't stop our training. That was the only thing we kept paying into. We need to keep our clubs. We need to keep doing something. Sports, activities. I am a climber. I kept climbing. He was doing martial arts. Taekwondo. Kind of scary. We kept training. But how do you maintain that strength in your body? You need to feed it well, right? You need to provide the nutrients that your body actually needs to create that muscle that will take you to the next level in your training. We started experimenting with food. We tried out keto diet, vegetarian diet, a balanced diet. We tried fasting. We tried intermittent fasting. We tried so many different things and possibilities that today I can tell you I became vegetarian not because I am against, not only because of this, but because my body doesn't feel well. I actually learned there are some things that actually don't feel good in my stomach, but I was not conscious of this until I made the exercise of listening to my body. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this doesn't feel good. Why is that? What's happening? The third part, the way we feel about ourselves. It was clear that after losing our apartment, living in a room, having to sell absolutely everything we owned, figuring out how am I going to get a visa? Because as I said, I am Colombian, I'm not European. That meant that in the next 9 months, I needed to find something. There was no other way. And if I go to Colombia, what would happen with our relationship? It's a big distance. We did coaching. We talked to a person that actually helped us to figure out what were our dreams. We started questioning things we didn't think we would ever question before. What do I want out of life? And I was like, I am 25. I have no idea. I just graduated. This is already very stressful. I can barely, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 months. And now someone is asking me, how do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know, older. But then some things started coming up. I discovered I had a very strong connection to nature. I'm a climber not only because I like to feel strong, because I love the mountains. I grew up in a mountain. Bogota, the capital city of Colombia, is 2,600 meters above the ground. I was born there. You actually feel the lack of oxygen up there. I love mountains, I love nature, I love plants and animals. And I was so afraid of accepting this, that this is the life I imagine having. How can I make that work, being a designer in a city, but actually wanting to be in nature permanently? I have no idea, probably I will figure out on the way. But those were the things that we started understanding about ourselves. Jonas discovered this passion for building, for doing things. He started recognizing, I like to build things. Just that point, that statement, starts giving you light into who am I? What do I want to do with my life, with my time, with every second of my life? Even though I'm 25, it's important to take decisions like this because the minutes that you spend in between are crucial. And the second thing that we did was joining Toastmasters. I joined this organization 2 years ago, completely broken. So broke, I remember telling Kriti, I can't pay for the membership. And I couldn't pay for the next 6 months. But I made sure every meeting I was doing a table topics. because I needed to prove myself, I can do this. I at least can do this. I cannot get a job, but I can do this. What did that do? That gave me my confidence back. I remember standing here, my voice was shaking so much. I could not catch my breath. I had a tick in my cheek doing this. It was terrible. I still have it though, but I got used to it now. But back then, I felt I was not able to stand up here like in front of people and try to give a message. But Toastmasters gave me that back. And today I'm the president. Can you imagine? Nothing makes our minds happier than having control. There is a study made in 1989, not too far along. That's actually the year Jonas was born, so 31 years ago. The study comes from the Institute of Stress, or the Institute of Stress. They made a study in the United States with 4,800 men and women, where they identified the type of job these people was doing, and these people had to write down how were they feeling, and what kind of tasks were they fulfilling. They found out that the people that was getting the most stress, the most anxiety, and the most heart attacks were the ones who didn't have control. Control expresses at work by, for example, I can plan my workday. I know what is going to happen. There is a list of tasks. I go and check them. Even if it's an over workload, I know that they would end at some point and continue next morning. The people that didn't have that were, for example, waiters, cooks, people that work in warehouses. They cannot control their team, their working time, their equipment, nothing. And the level of stress is so high. People just have 30% more probabilities of having heart attacks during the year. Control is very important for our well-being. Not the type of control that keeps you trapped, but the type of control that gives us our body and our mind empowerment. That's exactly what we need as human beings. To feel empowered, to feel confident, to feel that we have a way of moving forward. Because sometimes challenging situations feel that they are out there and we cannot catch them. Like butterflies, even like flies itself, like the air. But there is always a way to take control over them. Always. That's why tonight there was a song, the reason of this speech. A song taught by my grandmother when I was 5 years old. And I would like to invite you, if you're up for it, to dance with me so you will never, never forget the meaning of the choir. Would you like that? Okay, let's stand up. So, 1, 2, 3. Baila tu cuerpo, alegría, Macarena, que tu cuerpo es a dar la alegría y cosa buena. Baila tu cuerpo, alegría, Macarena. Macarena. Thank you.